What's up, everybody? It's Broken Bones here, and welcome to Broken's Bedrock Tutorials. Today, we're going to be showing you how to make this super simple concrete converter. This concrete converter is super simple. As you can see, it's super small, and there's almost nothing to it, and it produces a block of concrete every 4 game ticks. As you can see, it pushes out all of your blocks into a single wide block stream, which is specifically made to go into my TNT Blaster over here. It pushes the blocks into the farm, the TNT gets dispensed out, and then it gets bounced up right here, where it goes ahead and explodes and blasts all of the blocks, where they all get sent down into your collection system. As you can see, my collection system is full because this farm produces 9,000 blocks per hour. Technically, you can do what you want with these blocks after they've been converted into concrete. However, I highly suggest building the Universal TNT Blaster because you can hook up multiple farms to it. Last week we made the double basalt blaster, and the week before that we made the double cobblestone blaster. So far, these are the tutorials that I've made, but there are so many more farms you can hook up to this. And on my channel, I've made a playlist of all the different farms that you can hook up to the Universal TNT Blaster, and I'll leave a link to that up in the top right hand corner and down in the description. On top of concrete, cobble, and basalt, you can make mud farms, you could do clay farms, you could do wood farms. The sky's pretty much the limit. So if you guys are excited to build this super simple concrete converter, then smash the like button for me and subscribe if you guys are new, and let's get started with the tutorial. A material list will be down in the description. To get things started, if you want to hook this up to the Universal TNT Blaster, then you'll need to build this tutorial, and I have a link to that up in the top right hand corner there for you guys and down in the description. In this tutorial, we start right at this line of hoppers, and I highly suggest building some 1-wide shulker box loaders right underneath here because it'll fit super well and it'll separate all of your items for you. Once you have the Universal TNT Blaster built, next we're going to be planning out where you build your farm, and to do that you're going to have to build these piston pushers, which I show you how to build in the tutorial. However, we do end it right here, and where you place your farm is completely up to you. So you're going to be taking these piston pushers, which I'll show you again how to build in this tutorial, and you can plan out where you're going to put your farm. So there are 2 different types of piston pushers that I'm going to be showing you how to build, and that is this one, which is great for taking items from one side and spitting it out in front of the piston just like so, and it can come down from the top, it can come down straight from above and then get shot out in one direction. There's also this piston pusher, which is great for having block streams coming in from the left and the right, and then it pushes it out right in the center. So we're going to be showing you how to build both of these, and in order to get started, you're going to be starting from this position right here more than likely. And to make sure that you build these all correctly, you do need to make sure that you build each of these a different amount of blocks away from something. So this one right here, we definitely need to be 12 blocks away from this one, regardless of what piston push we're using. So as you can see here, I have my piston facing down, and if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, you can see that there's 12 blocks between that piston and that piston. So 12 blocks is the push limit, so if you want to get started on that one, all you need to do is throw in a 13th block, and then you can go ahead and place your piston in pretty easily right there, and then get started on building all of this. This is actually really so easy, I'm not even going to bother placing in all the blocks. All you need is a block underneath your piston with a redstone torch, a block behind that block, another one up, and then redstone dust on top of both of those. Put a glass block here with some redstone dust on top of that one, another block up here, and then this is a sticky piston with a redstone block. So anytime that a block goes right here, you can see that it goes up and forces the block forward. This is exactly how I showed you guys to build the piston pushers in the tutorial. However, I found out that these are a little bit slow and they actually don't keep up with the maximum rates of the farm. So what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade these. We're going to take some observers and we're going to go on the side of that piston and put a block right there next to that redstone there. We're going to do the same thing on both sides, and now anytime a block streams come from the left or the right, it's going to actually update even faster. Having the observers alone with this piston is not enough. You do need this piston to make it fully reliable. And when you're pushing blocks into this piston pusher, unlike the original one that we started with, you do not need to be 12 blocks away, you only need to be 7 blocks away, and that's because there's pistons on either side, and if there's 7 blocks on this side and there's 7 blocks on that side plus the one in the middle, that's 15 blocks apart. There's no way they're going to break each other. And so to place another piston pusher right here, you need to be 7 blocks away. So that's 1, we're going to count the observer, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then we're going to go ahead and place an 8th block because that's where our piston's going to go, just like that. So now we have 7 blocks in between that piston and that piston. Once you have that, you can go ahead and break out all of your temporary blocks. Then we're going to show you how to build the other piston pusher. So all you need to do that is you need a block underneath your piston, you need a redstone torch out on the front, and then you need to pick which side you're going to have a block on right here. The other side is going to be where your blocks come in, and so if you have blocks coming in from this side, you wouldn't want to put your block on that side, you'd want to put it over here. So then you're going to be putting blocks there, and some redstone dust on top, and you should see that any time that you place a block there, it gets pushed out. Now this piston can take blocks from this side side and from the top, and you need to be at least 12 blocks away from your next piston, just like we did with the original one. So go ahead and use these two piston pusher designs to go ahead and zigzag back and forth, just like I've done, where you can create a farm on one side, have your blocks go from another side, you can have another farm, they go to another side, then you can put more farms, just like I've done right here. You can kind of see how all this is all possible. And as a side note, I definitely recommend making sure that you leave one side open for expansion so you can add more farms. So no matter what you do, don't close off your area with ending it with your farm where you have no more area to put blocks into it. So make sure that you leave either one side of your piston pusher open or leave another side open to where you can add more later on in the future. So once you've laid out your piston pushers and you know where you want to build your farm, I'm going to be building mine right here out to the side of this piston pusher. So to get things started, we're going to go ahead and count ourselves 7 blocks, because that's how far away we need to be from this piston. So this observer's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to place an 8th block right there. We're going to turn around in this direction. We're going to put a piston right there. And now that is where we're going to start the tutorial. So once you have your first piston laid out, just keep in mind that you can flip this over. As you can see right here, this is pretty much mirrorable. If you wanted to have the water on this side, you totally could. All you need to do is mirror everything that I'm about to do. So if you don't like the way I'm doing it, just do it the exact opposite way. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this piston that we started with, we're going to put a block on this side, and we're going to put a block on this side, and that's going to be part of our circuitry. Then what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and place a block on the front of this one. We're going to place a block down, we're going to break that one out, and then we're going to put a block right there. Over here on this side, go ahead and place yourself in a circuit block. On this side, place yourself in another circuit block. Then what we're going to do is right here on this side right there, place yourself in a block, place 2 blocks right there, come down beneath and place yourself a block right there. You can come back up and then you can break this one out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take ourselves a redstone block. Go ahead and place that in there just like that. Grab yourself a repeater, leave that on 1 tick, and put yourself in some redstone dust right there. Now you should see that anytime you place a block right there, it gets pushed out just like so. Once you have that in place, go ahead and grab yourself a dropper, put it in a dropper right there just like that. Then come over here on this side and you're going to crouch place yourself in a hopper in the side of that one right there just like so. Then you can take yourself a water bucket, and right here on this repeater right here, go ahead and waterlog that repeater by clicking on the block behind it, and you should see that the water goes right in this hole. I also clicked that repeater, which really isn't an issue. It doesn't really matter what tick that on, but I'm going to put it back to 1 tick. And then once you've built this, your farm is complete. As you can see, that was like super simple and super fast and easy to build, right? I mean, this thing is so small. All you need to do now is grab yourself a shulker box or a barrel and go ahead and put it on top of here and make sure that you got some concrete powder in there, and then it's going to flow into your system. What you're going to do now to use it is you're going to go ahead and let's put ourselves in survival. So now that I'm in survival, go ahead and open up your dropper. You should see that all your concrete powder is coming into place. Then once you have some of it, go ahead and grab yourself some concrete just like that. Grab yourself a single piece out of there, put it in your hotbar, put it in the most left position of your hotbar just like it is right here in my inventory. Once you have that, you're going to look down here at this block right there, and you're going to go ahead and place your concrete powder in. You should see that it gets pushed forward, turned into concrete, and that you get another concrete powder block like I just did in my inventory. Once you know that that's happening, you should be able to go ahead and crouch and go ahead and hold down your place button, and you should see that you should be able to place in a ton of blocks just like this very quickly. And then once you've got that set up, your farm is all complete. Look at this. Now we've got concrete going into our Universal TNT Blaster, where it's going to get blasted and collected and put into our storage system, all very nice and neat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. This thing is super easy and fun to build, and I can't wait to build one in my own world, and I know that you guys can either. So if you guys are excited for that, then go ahead and smack the like button for me, and subscribe if you guys are new. I'm Broken Bones, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Take it easy, everybody.